Hi, my name is Justin Loria, and today I'm going to explain to you the differences among the 4 most common skateboarding stances: normal, fakie, switch, and nollie. Before we get started, you need to know which foot you prefer in front while riding a skateboard. If you're just getting into skateboarding and you need help choosing which foot you should start out with, you can watch this video. If it turns out that you don't really have a preference for which foot you ride with in front, you can just temporarily pretend that you prefer to skate one way over the other so you can follow along. Okay, so now we're ready to talk about the first stance, called normal stance. This is going to be your most comfortable stance of the 4 variants, and involves riding in the direction of your preferred front foot, having your preferred back foot placed behind the back wheels on the tail of the board. Fakie stance is similar, but it involves riding in the direction of your preferred back foot and having your preferred back foot placed in front of the front wheels on the nose of the board. An easy way to think about it is, if you're in your normal stance and you go up a ramp, when you come back down you'll be in fakie stance. Switch stance is pretty much the complete opposite of normal stance. You're going to ride in the direction of your preferred back foot and have your preferred front foot placed on the tail of the board. The last stance on our list is nollie. Nollie stance is riding in the direction that you're used to, towards your preferred front foot, but it involves having your front foot on the nose of the board this time, rather than having your back foot on the tail. Knowing which stance you're in isn't really all that important when you're just riding on flat ground, or even up and down ramps.
Hey man, was that switch?
But it becomes relevant when you start talking about the way someone is performing a particular trick. Let's take the flat ground ollie as an example. When a trick is performed out of normal stance, you don't have to say the stance modifier before you say the name of the trick, so you can just call this trick an ollie, rather than a normal ollie. Tricks performed out of fakie and switch stances are referred to with the stance modifier in front. So when you do an ollie while you're riding fakie, it's called a fakie ollie, and if you do one while you're riding switch, you'd call it a switch ollie. Nollie stance tricks are also referred to with the stance modifier out front, with the exception of the ollie, which is just referred to as a nollie. There are some tricks where it's a little harder to tell which stance the skater is in. For instance, when you do a nose stall on a quarter pipe, you're moving towards your preferred front foot and you have your front foot on the nose, so you would think this would be a nollie trick, but it's just referred to as a normal stance nose stall. Stuff like this doesn't happen too often, but just be aware that there are a few exceptions to the guidelines I told you before. If you have any questions about a particular trick, you can ask them in the comments section below. Be sure to subscribe for more skate tutorial videos, and as always, remember to have fun.